For years, you've been able to catch me chatting with callers and reading letters from listeners right here on my YouTube channel. Starting now, you'll be able to watch a full hour of my preaching, teaching, and nagging every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. The Dr. Laura Hour on YouTube is my new weekly show. Enjoy my commentary, conversations, and woohoo-worthy moments every Friday right here on youtube.com/Dr. Laura. Now, be sure to subscribe, set that notification bell, and share Dr. Laura on YouTube with a friend or anybody. What do you think their reaction would be? March, April, May, June. That's 3 months. How happy do you think they'd be for you that you're already doing some guy?
Dr. Laura is on right now.
I did something interesting before I got on the air today. I asked AI a question. Yeah. And supposedly AI goes through all the research in the universe on a particular issue. So I wanted to see what AI would come up with. My question for AI was, what are the pros and cons of marrying without a shred of love? No love. None. Zero feeling of love. And it came out with answers. So I thought I'd share them with you. Just read the first very short. Marrying without love can offer potential benefits like financial security, money, or social standing. But it carries the risk of unhappiness, resentment, and a lack of emotional support, because if we don't love each other, I guess we're not being very supportive. A loveless marriage can be difficult to maintain long term, potentially leading to conflict and a sense of isolation. That said, here's the handful of pros. Marrying without love. Pros. Number one, in some cultures or situations, marriage can offer financial stability or improve social standing. Number two, marriage can fulfill social expectations or family pressure. It's quite a price to pay to not tick off your parents. It can be a way to access benefits like health insurance or inheritance rights. Get to money again. Companionship. While not based on love, a marriage can provide a sense of companionship and reduce loneliness. Last but not least, because I was surprised at this one, reduced risk of divorce. The AI says, some argue that a marriage based on more practical considerations might be more stable, especially if the couple can navigate potential issues. Basically, it means there'll be a lot less disappointment. There isn't the rush of emotions and then the structure around emotions and expectations. It's more of a pragmatic setup. And pragmatism is not so emotionally labile. So it probably will cut divorce. The negatives, the AI says, of marrying without love. 1, a loveless marriage can lack the deep emotional connection and intimacy that many people seek. Well, that's obvious, yes. Number 2, resentment and unhappiness. One or both partners may eventually feel resentful or unhappy, leading to conflict and emotional distance. This happens a lot in Friends with Perks, where, for one, more emotional need and connection is felt, and the other person doesn't. It's hard for two people to stay on negatives, you know. Next, difficulty in handling problems. Without a foundation of love, couples may struggle to resolve conflicts or cope with challenges in the relationship. I'm not sure that's true, because if it's pragmatic, you just say, this, you know, for this to go on, I really need this to happen on Tuesdays. Can we cooperate on that? And then we can continue this business-like arrangement. So I'm not sure I agree with that. AI and disagree on that. Potential for infidelity. In the absence of love, individuals may be more tempted to seek emotional or physical fulfillment outside the marriage. Yeah. Next one, negative impact on children. If children are involved, they may be negatively impacted by the total lack of love and emotional connection between their parents. If there's a lot of friendship, I'm not sure that's true. If kids see the parents being really nice, cordial, thoughtful of each other, I mean, think about the difference between friends and lovers. Friends put a lot of time into a relationship to make it nice. So, yeah, the word may be negatively impacted works. Last but not least, difficulty building a strong foundation. It can be challenging to build a lasting and fulfilling relationship without a foundation of love. What this doesn't go into is, are both not feeling love or just one? I imagine that would be very different. If you get two people who are really making a practical situation, I guarantee you, over time, one or the other will want more. So actually, I think it's an increased risk of divorce, not a decrease. I disagree with AI. My number, 1-800-375-2872. Let's see, Lisa, welcome to the program.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Laura.
Good morning. How can I help?
Afternoon.
It's something everywhere, not to worry.
Okay, I just am a fresh widow since March. My husband was killed in a car wreck on his way to work. So, and I know you're a widow, and me and my sister love your show so much. Thank you. I've been wanting to call. So my dilemma is, we had a great marriage, the perfect marriage, no regrets. We're all going to die one day. I'm dealing with it quite well. I'm independent. Now I'm pretty rich, okay? He left me so well. So my question is, how long do you wait before you start even thinking about dating, or what's proper with your kids or your family, your friends? You know what I mean? Before you start trying to date.
What makes you think there's a time?
I don't know. I've been reading a lot, and I just trust your opinion because I know you look
What have
through it.
you gleaned from your reading? You sound awfully anxious to get dating.
I am. I'm independent. I'm still really pretty for my age. My husband was 50. I've been with him 20 years. And I'm just lonely, and I just want somebody in my life.
And what if I said, you'll never find a man again? What would you do about the loneliness?
Well, I've been having a lot of fun. I've been doing that, so that's keeping me busy. But
I'm sorry, the word was
attractive.
loneliness. I'm wondering, what if you could never have a man again, what would you do for the loneliness?
Go to the beach? I don't know. I don't really know.
Okay, I don't knows
kinda...
are not allowed here.
Okay.
You have to work as hard as I work on your life.
Well,
so
I'm
take a moment.
super busy at work. So I'm a real estate broker. So I'm super busy at work, but it's at night time after things settle down that it gets like, what am I going to do? I just say a lot of prayers.
What do you mean, what are you going to do?
God,
you have to slow down and explain what emotionally is going on with you. I'm not there yet. At night, it's quiet, and you're by yourself.
It's quiet.
And you need to learn to tolerate that.
Got it. And I've been tolerating it.
No, if you were tolerating it, we wouldn't be on the phone.
Well, I agree. Maybe I didn't need to call. I just was wondering what would be proper to introduce like that to my children, that mom's going to go on a date.
What do you think their reaction would be? March,
I'll
April, May, June. That's 3 months. How happy do you think they'd be for you that you're already doing some guy?
I don't know. They're 25. My twins are
Ma'am,
25 years old.
imagine you're 25, your mom is 3 months into a dead husband, and you're already out doing some guy.
Well, you're
Imagine.
answering my question.
Imagine.
It's too soon.
I'm asking you to think. And that's why I need you to tolerate being alone. So there's a
Gotcha.
difference.
Well, you answered my question.
No,
It's
I
too
didn't
soon.
yet. No, I didn't yet. Part of your grieving is not wanting to be alone. That's actually part of your grieving. It's a desperate need to have that safety and comfort back. That's part of your grieving. And it would be disastrous for your family and for you personally if you jumped into doing anything about it with some guys.
Got it.
You have to learn that being alone is not lonely. Loneliness is not defined by nobody else in the room.
Well, yeah, maybe I'm not using the right word, but
Learn to be alone.
but I
And
understand.
until you've done that, you really should not date. And that won't happen for a good year or so.
Yeah, I can never get remarried because I would lose my benefits. So that's not even an option. Not looking for a marriage. So
You looking for a shack up?
maybe.
Well, then you better get a good
Maybe
you better get a good attorney, because somebody shacking up with you at some point can go to court and say part of your money
Not
ought to be
shacking
his.
up. No, not living with someone. Not shacking up. Not living with someone.
Well,
but,
then,
you know,
can you
somebody
stop for
to
a moment?
hang out with.
Then at night, you'd still be alone.
Correct.
So
Well, I appreciate your
you're
advice.
contradicting yourself, and now you're trying to get away from me.
Yep,
Yeah.
I am.
Yes,
Because
you
I
are.
already knew the answer. I'm smart. I already knew the answer. I guess I just wanted to hear it from your
And what's
lips.
the answer you heard?
It's just too soon.
That's not.
I've got to go
wasn't.
through the grieving process.
Yes.
I need to grieve. I need to get over it. I mean, not get over it. I'll never get over it. I just need to learn to be by myself.
That's correct.
And that I can do. I'm very independent and strong.
Yeah. I hear you repeating that time and again.
I keep telling myself.
Yes. Time and again.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sweetheart. Take care.
Was it hard for you?
What, grieving?
Yeah, when you lost your husband?
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about 31 years of having somebody around all the time, and all of a sudden, boom, and everything
Yep.
that had to change. It was not a walk in the park.
Got it. Well, I enjoyed talking to you today.
But I don't consider being by myself loneliness.
Gotcha.
Okay?
It'll get better, I know.
Yeah, it does.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Take care. I'm Dr. Laura Schlessinger. My number here is 1-800-375-2872. Deb, welcome to the program.
Hi, Dr. Laura. How
Hi.
are you?
Good, thank you. What's up?
My question is, I am one of four sisters. Me and two of my sisters have been caring for our mother for about 25 years. She has a short-term memory issue, so she stays with each of us for 2 weeks, a month, depending on our schedules. Our older sister has not really been involved in that care. She always just said, you know, our husbands are different and her husband, you know, won't work. So we accepted it and we've been doing it. Things just got a little bit difficult in all of our lives. Everyone has issues, and one of my sisters moved. My older sister lives in Pennsylvania. One of my sisters moved to Pennsylvania, so they now are close in distance. When that happened, they did say that maybe they would be involved, can see mom more. So we started a rotation of having each of us have my mom for a 3-month period, not consecutive, but throughout the year. And my sister was doing that and has since now said she cannot do it. It's not working out. Her husband says his life is ruined and yada, yada. Like, it's more an issue with her husband not accepting that my mom is there. My mom is pretty easy to deal with. She functions physically fine. She just repeats herself a little bit, and I guess my question to you is, we did say okay, but now I'm not really accepting it, and I feel like I don't know how much I want to push my older sister to say, I understand what your husband is saying, but this is your mom too, and
this is for 25 years. This seems a bit outrageous to me. I think that...
What, that we...
Yeah, for 25 years, your mom has been willing to do this to her kids?
No, my mom is not willing to do anything to her children.
Well,
my
she
mom
is. She is.
No.
To some extent,
No,
it's an
she really
imposition on... Can I finish my thought? It's an imposition on all your families. And
Yes,
they're
it
all
is.
alternative. Yes, that's what I'm saying. She's willing to do this to her kids.
My mom doesn't really realize what exactly is happening. Like, she'll say, "Oh, am I going to go home? Where am I going? When I'm ready to, when we're leaving."
The
I go, "Mom, okay,
the two
you're
kids who have had enough of it, I thoroughly understand. I can understand that that's an annoyance to you because it increases your burden. There are alternatives in terms of a placement. Because you can pressure them all you want, they're not going to switch out. They're done.
No, me and my two sisters are all on board. It's just my older sister.
She's done. She's done. It's no point in being resentful. I think this should not have gone on for a quarter of a century. You would do this to your kids?
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Yes, you do. There are
Sometimes
placements.
when you love someone and you don't want to put them in a facility.
I understand, but that's your personal sacrifice, and you can't demand that other people accept that sacrifice also. That's not fair. If you wish to make that sacrifice, that's wonderful. But to impose it on everybody else, no. And I asked you a question. Would you do this to your kids? Mm-hmm. If you had 3 kids, would you demand that they take you a month at a time for a quarter of a century? You would do that?
That is not what I would want for my children. You are right. And I am trying to position myself financially and working with what I have to not have that happen. But everyone's financial situations are different.
Okay.
And
I'm giving you an option.
That's what I'm saying.
giving you an option. I'm giving you an option. The option is all of you chip in and find a really good, supportive, kind place for her to be. That's another option. You don't have the option of being resentful about the sister who doesn't want to do it. It's not fair. You wouldn't do it to your kids, yet you want to be resentful that she doesn't want to do it. I mean, you can't have it both ways. That's not fair to your older sister. You agreed that you would never do this to your kids. Your mother's doing it to hers. It's wonderful the 3 of you are willing to do that. I'm not sure any of the husbands are happy about it. But then again, in this era, not many wives are concerned about their husbands being upset. Put it that way. All right. Some things to think about. For you older types listening, don't do this to your kids. Make plans. My number, 1-800-375-2872. We're going to take a break. Come right back. Download the Dr. Laura Call of the Day and Dr. Laura's Deep Dive podcasts on my website, drlaura.com, the SiriusXM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Are you traveling this summer? Will you leave instructions for a house sitter? The name and number of your vet? The code to your alarm system? Think about the steps you take to prepare for a vacation, and you'll get a sense of what goes into a knockbox. Knockbox is a complete system that helps you organize all of your accounts, possessions, and estate plans for your next of kin. Each knockbox comes with a comprehensive checklist that helps ensure you add everything they'll need to manage your estate when you're gone. From your funeral directives to your insurance policies and even the keys to your storage unit, the knockbox helps you organize it all. If you've got a household, you need a knockbox. Right now, Dr. Laura listeners save 16% off the knockbox of your choice. So go to the knockbox.com/Dr. Laura. That's the NOK, knockbox.com/Dr. Laura to get organized and save. Or visit our sponsor page at drlaura.com and click the Knockbox logo. Christopher and Selma, welcome to the program.
Thank you for taking our call.
Hey, Dr. Laura.
How old are you both? Each one of you?
Christopher, 48.
Selma, 39.
How long have you been married?
We've been married for 15 years.
And were there any marriages before this one?
Yes, I was married once.
And did you have any kids in that marriage?
I did.
How many?
I had 2 children.
And how old were they when you married Selma?
When we got married, my eldest at that time was 24, and my youngest was 8.
8? Wow.
Yes.
So in the 15 years, has your 8-year-old gone back and forth, lived with you, lived with mom? How has that been?
Unfortunately, he passed away in 2022 from a car accident.
Oh.
But prior to that, he mostly lived with his mother.
And Selma, how about you? Any priors?
No, Dr. Laura, this is my first marriage.
Got it. And you two make any kids together?
We did. We had a son back in 2013. He's 11 now.
Got it. Okay. How can I help?
Okay, so the other night we were talking. It's kind of animated conversation, and I just basically just kind of was holding things in for a while, and then I just wanted to express to her how I was feeling, and I shared with her, my thoughts about how things were going, and I don't know, maybe I was mean, maybe I wasn't. I think I was being truthful, but maybe I was being mean. I don't know. And then we rehashed the conversation the other night, and she's mentioned that maybe we should, split up or divorce or something to that effect. And I was thinking about how, this season, this summer, you were on this idea that most marriages can be saved. And, my wife's idea about divorce or separation doesn't sit well with me because I don't want to be separated or divorced from my wife. But I also understand that, maybe some things cannot be fixed. And I just wanted to know what you thought about it.
Well, what did you dump on her? You unloaded feelings that we call that sandbagging. You take a bag, you put a lot of sand over the years, months, weeks, and then you hit the person over the head with it. They get hurt, defensive, overwhelmed, and I'm not sure that's a good way to move forward in a marriage. So what did you dump on her? Tell me. Mean or not, tell me what you dumped.
Well, what I shared was that I feel that she's a little bit controlling. I feel that regarding when it comes to me, there's no time. And I felt like the reason why I said I felt like she was controlling is because it's not that there isn't time. I think that she uses I feel that the time is an excuse for not having to be a wife to me. I mean, she's a great friend to me, absolutely. Like I was telling your call screener, definitely there is intimacy, but there, regarding sex, well, that's something different, and that's the thing that seems to be absent. And I feel like that's the thing that she wants to have the most control over.
Okay. Selma, what was your reaction to hearing this that night that he shared? Is he accurate?
He is accurate to a certain extent. Yes, there is no sex between us, and I told him I don't have a desire to be engaged in sexual activity.
Because?
Because I don't feel like there is a physical attraction from me to him.
What happened to the physical attraction part?
Well, we get older and we change. And I do feel like I put effort into looking a certain way or maintaining my appearance, or because I like when he looks at me to see a person that he desires. I don't feel like he does the same thing for me. And I'm a person
what would he need to do differently for you to think he's doing the same for you?
So Christopher is a drinker, and I don't drink. I don't appreciate the smell of the alcohol. I don't appreciate being around people who've been drinking. And I would say for the first part of our marriage, sexual activity happened when he's been drinking. And at certain point, I got tired of that. I don't want that to happen because I don't enjoy it. And as the older I get, the more I become resentful towards alcohol, people who drink.
Okay. Okay, wait a minute. Is that would that be the only thing you'd need him to change, and then you'd find him attractive again?
No. Yeah, even his physical appearance. I feel like when we got married, he used to take really good care of himself. Lately, he wouldn't put as much effort. I understand he's been sick. He has some health issues, a lot of weight. I'm okay with that because that's something we can't control. But I don't see the effort, like going to the gym, for example. We have subscription to 2 gyms, and I don't see him going to the gym.
Okay.
I don't see him looking because he knows what I like.
Okay, Selma, I get it. Okay, so Christopher, she puts effort in to what she can control, what we all can control about our appearance and our health level. And she's seeing that you don't make that effort. Is that an effort you'd be willing to start making? Going to AA, giving up the drinking, and getting more fit. Are you willing to do that?
Yeah, the thing about...
Okay, don't make an excuse. Don't make an excuse. Don't make an excuse. I asked you a simple question. Are you willing to give... Sir, are you willing to give up the drinking?
Yes.
Okay. Are you willing to invest more time and effort into your physicality?
Yes.
Then we have a plan. If Selma sees that you're putting effort into these things that are important to anybody, not just her. This is not her being controlling. It isn't. That's the excuse you've used so that you didn't have to change. So she's asking now for you to change those 2 things as a way of trying to move the marriage forward. So now you have your marching orders. And it's up to you whether this marriage continues. Fair enough?
No.
And why is it not fair enough? Why is it not fair enough?
I did call you.
Sir?
No, well...
Why is it not...
On one side.
Okay, can you just answer my question? You said, no, it's not fair. So in what way is it not fair?
My physical appearance before was largely tied to my job,
Okay, sir.
as is
Sir,
physical.
that's what she has said you need to do. If you're not willing to do it, then this marriage might not last. You said you love her and you want it to last. This is what she needs you to do to prove that you really want the marriage to last. These are the sacrifices and commitments she needs you to do. It's up to you. I'm not going to talk you in or out of anything. She's been clear. You know. All right, and I wish you both well. My job is to just get clarity into the system. After that, you make decisions, whether it was tied into your job, getting fit, or not. Letting ourselves go is much different than what happens in aging. I mean, one of the most beautiful sights on the planet is watching two people, hair my color, like over 80, 90, walking down the street. Maybe their posture isn't even as good, and they're holding hands. Now, neither one of them looks as gorgeous as they did 25 years ago, much less 50 years ago. That's a fact. But there's the changes in aging, and then we do that together. Or there's the getting lax and having habits that are destructive to the other person and the marriage. It's entirely different. Selma even commented, there's aging, and then there's letting it go and expecting the other person to accept it. I have done this both ways. When the men have complained that women are getting fat and sloppy, and I've told the women, and I asked the women, well, he should just love me the way I am. No, of course not. You're not showing respect to the other person by not doing what is in your control to look pleasant and to be healthy. We do our best. If we're not doing our best, that's a message to our spouse about how much we really care. I have to take a break now. You think about that. And I'll be right back at 1-800-375-2872. Download the Dr. Laura Call of the Day and Dr. Laura's Deep Dive podcasts on my website, drlaura.com, the SiriusXM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi there, I'm Stacy, Dr. Laura's content guide.
Have you ever had a problem and wondered, what would Dr. Laura say?
Well, I've been having some marriage problems lately.
I'm no longer speaking to my family because they were mean to my wife.
My husband says he doesn't feel a spark between us anymore, and I just don't know what to do.
Struggling as a stay-at-home mom, dealing with a divorce, managing mother-in-law issues. Just tell Stacy, and she'll recommend calls of the day, deep dive podcasts, and even YouTube videos.
I'm seeing a strong theme in Dr. Laura's resources about dealing with family members who are disrespectful or unwelcoming towards a spouse. Which of those topics stand out to you?
Really, I can't wait to hear how Stacy helps you. It's a brave new world. Join me on this journey, and let's make a difference together. My number, 1-800-375-2872. There's a line available. Jump it. Chaz, welcome to the program.
Hi, Dr. Laura. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. What can I help you with?
Well, I'm 53 years old, and I've kind of reached a point in my life where I don't know where to go or what to do. I've been highly successful in everything I've ever done, and now I've hit rock bottom.
I'm sorry, what does rock bottom mean? I don't know. What does that mean?
Rock bottom is, usually, in the past, when I excel at everything, it's easily recognized. But now I have a job where
I don't understand what that means. It's easily recognized. What does that mean?
Oh.
You do it. You do things for show?
Not for show, but it's one of these things. I'm kind of a reformed perfectionist, where everything had to be perfect, everything had to be, and so it was. And so the results that I produced was usually head and shoulders above everybody else. And so, I was in management also for over 30 years. And so now what has happened is like I said, I'm 53 years old, and my life has been turned upside down. Where I used to have a family, I used to be the envy of our friends. Our family was our kids and everything, and now everything has just disappeared to the point
I'm
where I just
sorry,
live in
what happened to family and friends?
a long history. They just, oh boy. They just disappeared, I'll say.
No, people
You
just
know,
don't disappear, sir. They're pushed away mostly. So how did you push them all away?
Well, it's been years of
Tell
trauma
me
and
how you
abuse.
pushed them away. How did you do that? How did you manage that?
Probably because I don't trust people. And so what happens is I strain all my relationships and push them away before they have an opportunity to, I kind of sabotage it before they can hurt me, because it usually ends up being a self-fulfilled prophecy where they do leave me, or they do, hurt me in some way, because that's what I expect to happen.
No, they leave because you push them away and hurt them.
Okay.
You're silent. I'm hoping that's because you're thinking. And if so, what are you thinking?
I'm saying because I'm thinking of the fact that, I don't know where to go from there, because, yes.
Go from where? The only reason you worked hard as a perfectionist is because you didn't want people to love you for you. You didn't want that because you didn't think that would work. So then you became successful, and then people would notice you. And that was the form of love, which isn't love,
right,
that you accepted and you pushed everybody else away.
I see. Yeah, because I felt, growing up and everything, I was replaceable and dispensable. But if I showed everybody that I exceeded and was better than everybody else, then they needed me. They had to have me. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is
that was totally backwards. Nobody on the face of the earth loved you because you were successful. Nobody loved you. They may have been intimidated. They may have been impressed, but they didn't love you because of success. So your solution to whatever your childhood trauma was counterproductive.
Mm-hmm. And I see that because, through the years, even though I was very successful, I would always complain that people loved me for what I could do, not who I was.
Well, because you wouldn't be who you were. You would only be successful. You would not be a loving, kind, generous, sweet person complimenting others. It was all focused on making sure people were impressed with you because you defined impressed as love. So my recommendation now is you, for the rest of your life, let's assume you're going to live 40 more years or such, then you have to let people love you. You were complaining about something you created. They didn't create it, you did. So this is the time to learn how to drop the veils. So my recommendation is, quite seriously, get some really good psychotherapy. Really good. And make sure if the person you see in counseling is not dealing with things in the way you and I just did in a few minutes, that they're off track. Because you need somebody to help you reclaim yourself and let people see it and then love you because you're lovable. Not because you're successful, but because you're lovable. Nobody loves a successful person because of their success. Nobody. My number, 1-800-375-2872. Download the Dr. Laura Call of the Day and Dr. Laura's Deep Dive podcasts on my website, drlaura.com, the SiriusXM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hi there, I'm Stacy, Dr. Laura's content guide.
Have you ever had a problem and wondered, what would Dr. Laura say?
Well, I've been having some marriage problems lately.
I'm no longer speaking to my family because they were mean to my wife.
My husband says he doesn't feel a spark between us anymore, but I just don't know what to do.
Struggling as a stay-at-home mom, dealing with a divorce, managing mother-in-law issues. Just tell Stacy and she'll recommend calls of the day, deep dive podcasts, and even YouTube videos.
I'm seeing a strong theme in Dr. Laura's resources about dealing with family members who are disrespectful or unwelcoming towards a spouse. Which of those topics stand out to you?
Really, I can't wait to hear how Stacy helps you. It's a brave new world. Join me on this journey, and let's make a difference together.